Come down. Welcome to another simulcast. News broke yesterday of Antonio Callaway, so I thought I would share my thoughts on that whole matter. I've been on here before, and I've expressed how fans need to keep their talking points, their focus, their barbs, keep it on the field, And this incident with Callaway is once again another proof in the pudding why Florida fans, and there's other college football fans, but I'm going to focus on Florida here. Florida fans, some of them, not all of you, some of you, any of y'all are listening to this. Pretty much since Winston, actually, since I was a kid, this goes back to free shoes. I've had friends and family members that are Gators that just like to look down their nose and, point the finger about the criminals and Free Shoes University and all that fucking horse shit. Meanwhile, as I got older and started, have access to, when I was really young, it was just newspapers. And then, of course, the internet came along. And then I start reading stories about Gator players getting in trouble. Lo and behold, yes, Gators get in trouble. They do. And then fast forward to, recent history with Winston and just the absolute vitriol and the pseudo journalism that was out there getting spewed on ESPN, the New York Times, which hardly ever checked all their facts. It was insane. I had never seen anything like that. It was a perfect storm with a Heisman Trophy winner, a champion, and then 2014 defending champion. I mean, it was out of control. And so I had largely ignored Gators getting in trouble, or even Florida State players to a lesser extent, before Winston, I was just like, it is what it is. I remember when I was a kid, we had the free shoes crap, whatever. But when the Winston brought stuff up, it really started making me focus and pay attention when the Gators get in trouble, because I was tired of hearing the shit. I mean, after a while, it's like, dude, shut the fuck, who cares about the off-field shit? And it was just uncanny timing that when the Gators started to suck ass, that they started to bring up off the field stuff. Amazing. I mean, when Urban and Tebow was just running roughshod over college football and just curb stomping Florida State, I hardly heard a peep from Gator fans in regards to FSU players getting into trouble. But after the Winston stuff, I pay attention now, more so than ever. Hell, I have the Florida team stream on my Bleacher Report app, just so I have information, so I'm informed, know thy enemy, if you will. And my back pocket's starting to fill up. It's really starting to overfill with all the shit I know about Gators getting in trouble. But that's not the issue. I don't even care that Gators get in trouble. What I care about is the pointing of the fingers. Just don't do it. And this Callaway incident, and I haven't read any of the facts of the case. I don't even know if the report's available to the public yet. I know they suspended him, I think, in January, up till recently, because they were collecting facts and investigating, which is all good things. But please don't act like the Gators have some high moral fiber or the Gators set the standard. When they suspended him, I think it was after the season. I'm pretty sure I heard January, which would be after the season, so give me a break. He missed some shitty bowl game in which the Gators got blown out? And the off season, ooh, man, really taught him a lesson. And he had to take online classes. What a fucking punishment. I take online classes through the University of Florida. It's not punishment, I assure you. And anyways, the issue at hand with Callaway, for a lot of people that are having issues and complaints about it, is Florida appointed an alum, I think, Florida Hall of Famer, because this guy was a track star, I believe, for UF, and a Florida football booster. They appointed that person with all those ties to the university and to the athletics as overseer, as adjudicator for this Title IX hearing. Like, you're kidding me, right? Like, how stupid can you be? I mean, you want to criticize FSU, how they handled Winston, that's fine. Some of that is just. But this is another reason why you don't go pointing the fingers. You keep your mouth shut because sure as shit, it's going to come back around. You're a fan of a major college football program, something like this is going to happen. And now Florida looks stupid. I don't care what you say. They look stupid. Now this guy they appointed, I'm sure he's an intelligent man. He's an attorney. I'm sure he has the ability to remain unbiased and be objective. But it doesn't change how bad this looks. That a football booster, an alum, was appointed to oversee this hearing. Say what you will about the handling of Winston. At the very least, in regards to the Title IX hearing, they got 3 Supreme Court justices that had no ties to FSU. And Erica Kinsman, who was the accuser, and Winston, they got to choose which justice would oversee the trial. So, yeah, Twitter was going nuts yesterday about this Callaway issue. And as things are starting to unfold, I learned a little something new this morning. Apparently, because Treon Harris is a part of this, apparently, if these reports are accurate, Treon transferred and apologized to the accuser as a part of a plea agreement. Apparently, that was really the catalyst for him transferring. Not simply just playing time, which that's why most kids transfer. Or some maybe some academic issue. But yeah, apparently his transferring was a part of a plea agreement with this whole thing. And going a little further than that, the other information I've gathered is this guy that was appointed to oversee this hearing. What's his name? Stickley? I can't even pronounce it because I don't remember the spelling. Something like that. Whatever. UF alum, UF booster, UF Hall of Famer, attorney. Apparently, when asked, had he oversaw or overseen any other student hearings prior to this, UF officials basically came back with like no comment. Like, that's not a no. And if stuff starts to unravel where it comes to light that this guy, like I said, he could very well be unbiased, objective. But regardless, a Florida booster alum should not oversee student hearings. And if stuff comes out that he's been overseeing student hearings, that's not going to look good. That's going to look downright slimy. But I guess we'll find out. Now, I'm curious to see what happens to Callaway. I'm an innocent until proven guilty guy. You know, they did an investigation, let the hearing go down, see what happens. But I would be shocked because, like Florida State, Florida's a major college football university, I would be shocked if Callaway was suspended beyond Game 3. Because I believe Game 4 is versus Tennessee this year. And the first 3 games, I think, are against a bunch of nobodies. So I'm curious to see, do they do the classic thing that a lot of football programs do and just go ahead and suspend them until there's a good game, until there's a difficult game? I'm really curious to see how that goes down. But anyways, to wrap this up, the point really of this whole podcast, of me talking about what I think about the Callaway situation, is stop, Gator fans, not all of you, some of you, stop thinking that you're different, that your program is any different from any other major college football program. I'll give you a clue. It's not. A, players are getting in trouble. B, players are probably going to get treated better than a regular student. Now, I know if any Florida fans listening to this, they're probably going to be like, the Gainesville Police Department, GPD, is so rough on players, blah, blah, blah. Please go back and look, and you'll see, especially during the Urban Meyer era, that good players got slaps on the wrist. And don't give me that, oh, that was years ago. That still counts, motherfucker. I still hear Free Shoes University from time to time. Those Urban Meyer years just don't get shoved, under the desk or swept under the rug. Those happened all those arrests and those very few suspensions. I wish I had the picture right now where it showed just how many arrests compared to how many suspensions. The ratio was, guess what? Not even close to even. Not to mention, some guy named Hernandez. Oh, he was allegedly a part of a drive-by. Like, this Callaway is once again why you don't point the fingers at off-field shit. You kind of just keep your mouth shut. It is what it is. You hope your school does the right thing as far as discipline. You hope it's very few players that get in trouble, but you know that a couple are always going to. So that's what needs to be gleaned from this whole incident. I hope Callaway didn't do it. I mean, because if he did, that means another chick was, assaulted or raped. I hope Callaway's innocent. I really do. And I hope UF fans are smart to realize that appointing an alum and a booster, regardless of this guy's, moral fiber or intelligence, it looks stupid. Okay? Just imagine if FSU had done the same thing. If I heard FSU appointed an alum for this, I'd be just shaking my head and putting my head into my hands like, you got to be fucking kidding me, guys. You got to be kidding me. This looks stupid. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. That's enough about the Antonio Callaway and, to a lesser extent, Treon Harris incident. I only glossed over that. But that is interesting, though, that if the facts are correct, that he transferred as a part of a plea deal. So, we'll see. Things could be getting kind of greasy in Gainesville. We'll see. Guess what? You're no different, guys. Let's just focus on on-field stuff and just hope the other stuff gets sorted out appropriately. And hey, I believe FSU is 30 days away. 30 days away from the season. Florida fans, if you're listening, that would make the Gators about 28 days away. Yeah, because today's Saturday. So yeah, exactly 1 month from today. 28 days. Anyways, this wraps up another Florida State Simicast. Thanks for listening. And feel free to subscribe if you want to hear me rant and rave about anything else related to Florida State or college football or whatever. Till next time. Bye-bye.